Check, check, check. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Gravity Ace Dev stream. Let me just check my sound here. Oh yeah, we got sound working. Alright. Today I'm going to work on fixing some bugs. And if anybody has any questions, go ahead and ask them. And yeah, we'll do it that way. I don't have a lot of time. I'm getting hungry, so lunch is coming up soon for me. But I'll hang out for a while. So progress on the game has been going pretty good. A couple of things I've done recently that I don't think I've shown is I've moved a bunch of data that used to be in the code. I've moved it into its own files just to make things a little easier to deal with. Let me show you one of those files actually. The entities JSON is the main one. This is all the different entities in the game, and now it's just a separate JSON file. And I had this in code before, and it was fine. But the Godot editor isn't a dedicated JSON editor. Embedding two different types of JSON and GDScript together makes the the syntax highlighting maybe a little weird. And anyway, so I just moved this to its own file, and then I can edit it in VS Code, and it's nicer. And so I added a bunch of little descriptions and categories. Worked on. These categories are interesting. I'll show you in a second. Worked on the icons for some of this stuff, made them a little more cohesive. Gave these descriptions for everything, which have a little more flavor, and ended up getting to here in the editor where you can bring up the object chooser now, and you'll see. So I've got these tool. See the little tool icon? It's like a little wrench. So I've got all these types. All the entities in the game are categorized now. So I've got these tool entities. I've got these pick-upable entities, people, fuel, and coins. I've got decorations. That's this green flower looking thing. So all these are decorations that you can drop in the game in any level in the editor. I've got environmental hazards. That's this little lightning bolt. And I've got enemies with this red thing, right? This scary red thing means all these guys are enemies that you can shoot or blow up or something. They're trying to kill you. So yeah, and then you can see the little description shows up underneath. And also when you click on an entity, you see the description there. You see the description right there, right? And like these are both tool icons, so I changed the way they display in the editor so that they're a little more, they look like they're in the same family together, And then I worked on these arrows. So this is a new entity in the game that aggregates events from other objects, and then when all those objects are activated, in this case when they're all three destroyed, then it activates these three. So these will be hidden, and you'll destroy these three, and then it unhides those, and then when those three get destroyed, this gate will open. And you can destroy them in any order, right? This aggregator just makes sure that all those signals are fired before it activates the next wave. That's why I call it the wave event object entity. I should put a to-do in here because these guys are hidden, but it's not clear that they're hidden just looking at this screen. Yeah, I need to add a to-do for that. Let me do that real quick. Hidden enemies should be shown. No. Level editor should show hidden enemies differently. And I'll put that in level editor and design because I'm not sure how I'm going to solve that issue. So today I'm going to work on a couple of bugs. I've still got my Ice Ray thing in review. It still needs sound effects, and I just don't want to work on those sound effects. I haven't wanted to work on those sound effects for a while. That's the only thing preventing it from being done. Yeah, I'm just not going to do it today. So I've got some bugs. I need to add some. These are some suggestions from a loyal and wonderful new player, and they're great. They wanted faster respawns, automatic restarts, a hotkey for doing restarts quickly. They were trying to get S ranks throughout the game, and every time they died, they needed to restart, but it just took a long time, right? They just wanted it to be more instant. So these are perfect for adding to the speedrun menu, which I already have in the game. So it wouldn't change the default experience for normal players, but for players who are really trying to, complete the game and get S's on everything and do it as quickly as possible, it makes sense to put it on the speedrun menu. There's a bug where typing space in the dialogue editor brings up the object chooser, which is completely wrong and needs to be fixed. And asteroids were crashing into things, drones in the level editor, moving them around. And obviously it's hard to place your enemies exactly where you want if the environment is pushing them around. So that one's going to be the easiest. I'm going to do that one first. So let's look at I think it's main. This is the main loop for the game. This is the main root node while you're playing the game. And in here I have asteroids. The asteroids are on a timer. Whenever the timer times out, every second or so, it tries to spawn in enough asteroids to fill up, to fill up the screen with asteroids. There's a number of asteroids that I want visible. So I just need to say if game.isEdit mode return. That should be it. So let's comment that out actually. First, and then look here, and if we look, say here, we should start getting asteroids. Maybe not. Oh, do they spawn around the player? That might be it. They probably spawn around the player. Yeah, they do. Philippe Ratu, and J.H. Jehariel. Hey, welcome, folks. It is going well. Fixing some bugs today. If you guys have any questions, let me know. We can talk about Godot engine development or game dev in general, whatever. If you have a question about my game, that's fine. If you have a question about other games, that's fine too. Yeah, so thank you very much. I appreciate that. I think it's fantastic too. I really like it, actually. So thank you. Yeah, I know the scripts will reload automatically, but this is a weird kind of bug because it spawns in these asteroids around the player position, but right now there is no player in the game. So that's why there's no asteroids. But if I play and then spawn in the ship, right, like this, and then go into the editor, now there is a player in the game, and I will start getting some asteroids, or I should. Although again, it's kind of an odd. I need to pick a different level because there's not much room for an asteroid to spawn into here, so it might not happen. So it's one of those bugs where it's like hard to reproduce in a way. Like you don't see it all the time because it depends on the level. So there's some asteroids. Go into the editor. There they are. So these are spawning in, right? Because there's a player in the game and there's room for them. And there they are. And if I had a drone in the game, say I wanted to put a drone right there. See, the asteroids are moving them. Because the game is still actually, you know, like running. Right? All the physics are still on. Yeah. So what I need to do is that code that I had commented out. So now if I uncomment this and save it, if the game is in edit mode, don't create any asteroids. And now, well, those aren't going to go away. But if I go out and then into the editor again, no new ones should show up. Right? But in the, when you're playing the game, there they are again. All right, so as predicted, that was easy to fix. It was a little harder to reproduce than it was to fix. All right. Fixed, don't spawn asteroids in level editor. Was causing the, oh, how do we describe that? Was causing asteroids would sometimes collide with drones in the level editor and move them, and it was a pain. All right. Done. You made it so pretty. Thank you. I try. And I don't know. For me, it's hard for me to work on something if I don't like the way it looks. Like there's software that I use that's not as good as other software, but it feels better to use it because it looks better. I think the way something looks and the way it's designed, it's important, right? I can't just use something that looks and feels horrible. And so there's a point where I'm making a game where I'm, you know, doing gray box, I'm doing placeholder art and whatever, but then it gets to a point where like I can't stand to look at this anymore. It's making my eyes bleed. So I've got to just spend a bunch of time polishing it to make it look nice so that I can continue working on it. All right, what was I doing? Typing space in the dialogue editor. Okay. Let's see if I can reproduce that. Yeah, I'm working on a new game right now in parallel with this one where, I'm in that gray box stage. But the nice thing about it is I kind of like the way the gray box looks, actually. All right, let's add a dialogue right here. All right, if I hit space, there's my dialogue or object editor. If I go into the dialogue editor and add a new dialogue node, then I can type. I'm going to type spacebar here and we'll see what happens. Something. There it is. Yeah, and it stole the focus too. It stole the focus too. So where is... Now I have to find where I pop up the entity chooser. What do I call it? Object chooser? Oh, it's in a different file. It's going to be in here. What do I even call it? Must be in here. Object dialog. Okay. On add pressed. Oh, that's when you push there's an icon on the toolbar. There it is. So when I press this key, it shows the object dialog. I think what I want to do, because this is unhandled input, so I think what I can do is in the dialog editor, I can handle the typing into the dialog editor. Into a dialog node. Yeah, so I can handle typing in here and just make sure that event gets handled so that the spacebar doesn't get consumed later by the rest of the game. So I think I just need this and what is it? Input dot. Is it get tree? There it is. I think that will fix it. Nope, it made it worse. Let me just reload and make sure. I'm doing something wrong. I'm pretty confident I'm doing something wrong. I've used this pattern in other parts of my code. I should just look at that and see how I did it there and just copy it. Yeah, that's killing all the input. Let's do this. Handled. Not seeing what I'm thinking of. Maybe it was in property. There it is. Could have swore in here somewhere. Ah, that's what I want. This is the pattern I want. So that's in prevent bubble, and prevent bubble is connected to GUI input. So if I go in here and change this to func GUI input, accept event. Let's see what that does. I have a quick load here where I push the right mouse button and it takes me right to my test level, but I keep forgetting to push it. There, it didn't work. Maybe I have to put it right on this thing. Because GUI event is on the node itself, the root, not the text. Maybe it needs to be here. This is the part of the show where you guys watch me struggle and bang my head against a wall for a little while. At least you can move the window around now. And the latest version of Godot has this cool mini map for all your dialogue nodes. Kind of cute. Does it show the lines? Yeah, it does. It shows the little connections. Cute. But maybe I need to, maybe it's working, but I need to reopen the dialogue editor or reload it. Let me reload it. No, that's not it at all. What is the difference between these? Marks the most recent input event as handled. Okay. Marks an input event as handled. So this one just handles the most recent event. This one handles this specific event. It shouldn't change. It should be exactly the same. All right. Let me do, whoops, what just happened? Let's print and make sure I am here. It's not printing anything. Why not? Text change is getting called. But this is not. Why not? It's not getting the mouse over, it's not getting the clicks. It's like this event isn't even working. Oh, now it's working. So weird. I don't know why that wasn't... It's... yeah. I'm sure it was me just doing something wrong. Let's move this here. Here. Let's rerun it. Edit that dialogue. I'm going to type in here. But this is the end of the line. This is... Now it's not taking my... Oh. The little pop-up here is stealing the focus. This is the... This is the end of the line. I don't want it to steal the focus. I am back. I didn't go anywhere. I just haven't been streaming. No. This project is alive and kicking. I've been doing lots of changes, actually. I just haven't been streaming it. I don't know how I feel about streaming. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the follow. I don't know how I feel about streaming. It's like... It's a kind of an inefficient way to code, for one, or to make a game. Because when you're... It's sort of... I mean, it's a performance, right? You're on camera, and you're sharing... You know, your screen with people and you're talking with them. But for me, that's a difficult way to focus. You know, I really can't get very, very deep into focus when I'm doing that. It's hard to get into kind of a flow state, you know. For me, when I'm really focusing on game development and I'm coding, you know, sometimes I'm listening to a podcast or I have music on and I don't talk. You know, often I'll just sit in a completely silent room for hours and hours and hours and just hack away. That's obviously not very good TV. So when I'm talking like this, I mean, look at me right now. Right now, I'm talking to you guys, and I'm not coding. I'm not thinking about the design problem here. I'm not thinking about this bug that I have. I don't know. It's kind of a trade-off, right? On one hand, so this is sort of like the streaming stuff and the YouTube channel, all that. It's sort of like a half and half of coding and marketing together. Which is good. Hey, Slacks. Good to see you, buddy. It's good to have that, you know, to be marketing. I mean, indie game developer, you got to be marketing things all the time. Telling everybody who will listen, wow, and lots of people who won't listen. I've got a game. I'm working on a game. The game's going to be great. So you got to be doing that constantly. And this isn't a great way to code. It's also not a great way to do marketing. But it is better than nothing on both of those fronts. And to do them both at the same time, I guess you could think is kind of efficient. It's like two birds with one stone, but I'm conflicted. Some days it's hard to get up the, you know, energy to do streaming. So this sends an update signal. Update timer, timeout, emit signal, dialog changed. With data, and then here in the dialog editor, dialog changed. Yeah, and that calls update preview. Update preview. Shows dialog preview. But I don't want this to take focus. I wonder if I can, in here, I could say, if you're in the editor, don't steal the focus. Is there a blur? Just grab focus. I don't think there is. Release focus. No other control will be able to receive keyboard input. It doesn't sound like what I want either. What I want is when this not this one. When this dialog appears, when this dialog box appears, I want it to not get the focus. So I want to do something like that's what it is right there. But it's saying if it's not in edit mode, then don't do that. Or rather, only grab the focus if it's in edit mode. But there's something else grabbing focus too. That's response 1. There's also the continue button. I wish I could see what has focus. You reported what you thought was a bug, but there was no response. Sorry about that. No, nothing bad's happened. You know, just been busy. Hey, Patrick. Meta thinking. Hold on, let me catch up on this chat here. Rectum of Justice, the project was not forgotten. Slacks, what's being worked on today? I'm fixing some bugs while I'm waiting for my pizza dough to rise. Yeah, I can't, it's hard for me to think about abstract problems and hear voices at the same time. I actually have a playlist of foreign language music that I listen to. Either no lyrics at all or foreign language music. Those are both good. Or sometimes like songs that I just have listened to so much that, you know, the song doesn't matter. Developer, what are you working on today? So fixing bugs again. And what was the bug, Justice, that you reported? I mean, because I might have captured it, but just never said anything to you. me see if I'm diagnosing this problem right. Right? And now if I hit other keys, it's fine. It types. But if I hit space, it's advancing to the next dialogue instead of typing it. So this thing has focus still. It didn't steal the focus. Something else is going on. Maybe I have something in here. This is what is getting triggered. I think it's this. Let me see. Yep. That's the culprit right there. So why is this code here? If the player has pushed the interact button, or key, whatever, then handle that input so it doesn't get used someplace else, and switch to the next dialogue. But I only want to do this I think I only want to do this if game is edit mode. I think. Let's see. So here we go. The spacebar problem is fixed in the level editor. Look at that. Wow, typing is so cool. Alright, let's save that. And now let's have this activate when the player is right there within that range, and we'll play it and see what happens. The dialogue should pop, and I should hit spacebar, and no, it didn't work. Maybe it is working. Yeah, I think it actually is working. No. Rank obscured by a window. What do you mean? Was it the rank here on the game over screen, or was it the rank on the level selection screen? The sector map? It was on this screen. A pop-up. Huh. Was it a pop-up asking for a username? Because there's a leaderboards area where it'll ask for a signature or something if you've never put one in. I think it will. Philippe, am I using any post-processing? Like, what do you mean? Like some kind of screen space filters or things like that? No options seem to disable it. I think what you might be encountering is in here under player, you can put in a username and save it. And oh, that's interesting. Or you can turn this off. I think this might mean the high score server is offline. I don't know if I'm going to leave leaderboards in the game, honestly. It's kind of a pain. But if you turn that off, I think that dialogue shouldn't appear. You reported in April. Yeah, I might have fixed it. Let me see. If that's actually should be fine. Let me see what happens. So if I put a breakpoint here and I'm playing the game, I'll spawn in, it'll show the dialogue, I'll hit spacebar, and it breaks. Perfect. And edit. Oh. Why? If I type a space in here, it's fine. If I type a space out here, it still does it. I think I need to do something different here. I need to handle this differently. And if I add another dialogue, that's fine. Choice 1. Oh, yeah. I need to handle this some other way. I would like that to be active here. Because now I can't see the choices. Making a level editor is a challenge. All right, so that is fine. Although, I mean, if I remove it, hey, Javi. And then when I go to edit this thing, yeah, so there's the choices. And this thing, which is a whole other bug. Maybe part of my problem would be solved if I added a preview button here. And while you're previewing the dialogue would appear, instead of having it kind of just steal the focus when you're not expecting it to. But I also do like the idea of it, you know, updating like this as I'm typing. And I can pick one of these and just see how it's going to look. Design problem. What do you guys think? Should I even have the preview here? Or should there be a preview button? Or do we need the preview as we're building it? I'm not sure how useful that is, because a whole class of problems would go away if I just deleted it. I'm going to work on that other problem real quick. So I had a accept event in here, right? But I still need in here this. I don't want this to happen if the dialogue editor is showing. So if and dialogue editor and that's not visible. Yeah. So now, yeah, now when I run it, oops. Go into the dialogue editor. No matter where I hit space, nothing happens. The dialogue editor or the object picker doesn't appear. But if I close that, oops, there it is. I'm gonna just try not doing this real quick. Let's just turn off the preview real quick and just see how it goes. Right, no preview. I can type. I can get on with my life. I can do this. And then I can save it. And if I want to try it out, I can just try it out here. That seems a little bit inconvenient. You might have missed updates. Steam doesn't remind you to update games you haven't installed. Oh, well, you should install it then. I haven't updated it in a couple of months. I haven't put out an update. I should do that. I'll probably do that this weekend with a new build. So the problem when so I fixed the one problem. Let me commit that change. So right, that, and that dialog node. Why is that underlined? All right, yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's my warning right there. Okay, so stage that. Stage that. Okay, so this fixes object dialog appearing in dialog editor. But now I've got a different problem that isn't new, where the object dialog preview is kind of taking, it's like capturing the space button. What button do I have for that? It's called interact. X, escape, space. So it steals all these buttons. Space, escape, X. What other odd behavior do I have in here? Okay. Game doesn't draw on your Windows laptop. Yeah, let me know. Let me know what video card you have in that thing too. Maybe that's okay, and you just have to know that you go in here. Oh, it's just kind of annoying. See, I can't type now. It's like I simultaneously want it to not look at inputs, but I also need it to look at inputs. Because otherwise you can't advance to the next dialogue, you can't try out the different choices. But if you let it look at inputs, then you also can't type. How can I have my cake and eat it too? I mean, one way, again, would be having a dedicated preview button on here. And when you push the dedicated preview button, it shows you a preview of all the dialogue. I would need the dialog box to have a preview mode. So if it's in preview mode, then act like you're in the game. If you're in the game, act like you're in the game. And if you're in the editor but not in preview mode, then don't take any focus from anything. Maybe. Let's try it. Let's code that up and see. So my dialog editor shows a preview, which is dialog box scene. And I want to do something like preview.mode equals true. And here I will have preview mode is false. And here I have if is edit mode or not preview mode, so if either one of these conditions is true, it will not handle the input. So if it's so this is wrong. I want it to, when do I want it to handle the input? I want it to handle the input if it's not that, or that, right? So this would be okay to accept input. No. So if it's not in edit mode, or I'm in preview mode, then it's okay. So I want to negate this. Like that, right? Which is the same as doing that and not that. So if it's in edit mode and it's not in preview mode, then don't accept this input. But if it is in preview mode, or it's not in edit mode, then it'll accept the input. And then in my dialog editor, well, let's see. So in here, I want to remove this. Freddy Foo. Freddy Foo. Thanks for the follow. Freddy Foo. Foo fa fa. Ah yeah. So this will be a pass. This will be a pass. Yeah, so I wouldn't actually even need these. Disconnect. Disconnect. Did I commit that? I did. Okay. Oh wait, did I just disconnect the wrong ones? Dang it. Text changed. Yeah, I can disconnect that. Yeah. And then I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to rename this to, like, update preview. So there's less code here. That's good. I always love it when I make less code. So I've got dialog box, preview mode, right? Is there an animation running? Okay, whatever. It's fine. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. And then in here is where I made a bunch of changes with these signals. So that's okay to delete. 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 And I renamed this. That's okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 signals got disconnected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I think this should work, but it's not going to show the preview anymore. So I'm just testing to make sure my code still runs. The preview is still showing. All right, so I didn't do everything. Does it play? All right, so no crashes. preview, show preview. So this is still happening. Because show preview gets called when a node is selected. Yeah. Okay. So this dialog node, okay, there's a couple of levels of things here. If I edit this, I see that guy, I see that guy, I see that guy. How are those getting updated? How do I not understand my own code? This dialog editor is saying preview, show preview. Oh, I see. I guess I don't need that code at all. Yeah, I don't need that code at all. Because this code was only useful when you're typing. As you're typing, it would update this stuff in real time. And this guy would listen for dialog changed. Right? But I don't care about dialog changed anymore. The signals are still connected here because I haven't reloaded the scene. Let me just reload it. Right, so it still works. But as I'm typing in here, it's not going to update them. Right, it doesn't update it as I type. I have to re-click it. So then in here, I don't want it to do this. I think I can get rid of that. And now I need to add a preview button. And we're going to put you right. Put you right there. And I'm going to call you preview. And we're going to connect a new signal. And we're going to say show preview. Okay, it kind of works. I know why it's not working. It's because I'm not setting the node that it should start on, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay. JH, I made you a question and disappeared. JH, what was the question? Let me scroll back here. Change the scripts without restarting the game. Yes. Although sometimes you do need to restart the game because there are some things are preloaded, and sometimes there are signal connections that only happen when the scene loads. If you add like new variables, you need to reload. But yeah, a lot of things you can. Was that the question? I've also noticed sometimes when you're making a lot of changes, sometimes Godot will just get confused and it'll just crash. Like too many changes sometimes it doesn't know how to handle it. I think I need, yeah? What?
Are you busy?
I'm
I think the timer for off.
oh, thank you.
So,
Is the dough high?
let me check.
I got pizza dough incoming. I think I just need one more thing here. What did I delete? I deleted something that I need. Deleted something I need. I think I need this. No. Maybe. This is what I need. That was in dialog editor, dialog editor.
The dough is high. It's almost at the top.
Can you take it out?
Yeah, just out and put it on.
Yeah, just put it on the counter. Pizza dough is ready to bake. Am I losing my mind? Where? Dialog editor. Oh, I was in the wrong. I was in the wrong script. Selected. Show preview. Yeah, so I want this. And I think I just want to do that. And I can change this a little bit to be a little more direct. I can reconnect this to show preview. And then I can delete that. And the preview is this. And if I look at say, yeah, it defaults to the root. So just calling say should make it start at the root and say the whole thing. Right, so I've got all my dialogue, I can click, I can type, nothing happens, fine. I can hit preview though, and now I can try it out. So now it's kind of more modal. I think I like this. I've got two modes now. I've got the editing mode, and I can just type and do whatever. and not worry about anything stealing focus from me. Change my choices, add a third choice. No. Yeah, why not? Doom. Add this guy here, add my third choice, Doom. And I preview it. And I can choose the Doom choice. Oh yeah, baby. Let's do that. Doom. I don't have my object picker appearing anywhere. I can type and I can hit the space bar. Nothing's stealing my focus. I think this is going to be a good compromise. Oh yeah, baby. You're welcome for the game, Justice. Yeah, I hope to make it work on that machine as well. All right, save. I've got a preview button. Oh, that's acting weird. Oh, how did that happen? Sometimes I've seen that happen. This bug where these guys get disconnected. Not sure how that happens or why. Look at that! Did it again. Good Lord. Fix one bug, bring in another bug. Am I getting any warnings here? I am. Node not found. All right, I think that's an unrelated bug. Let's see, if I delete this, add it back, edit, add, one, and 2, and away we go. Oh, lordy. It's working here. Oh, it was. Now it is. 1 and 2, and away we go. So that works. But bringing it in here, it all bombed out. All right, that's an unrelated bug, I think. I don't know. I'll have to see. I'm gonna just to be safe, I'm gonna stash this. possible dialogue preview. Let's call it dialogue preview fix. Okay. Let's see if we still have that same bug. Yeah, we do. All right. So let's get that back from the stash. And I'm going to commit that as fixed dialog preview stealing focus. Added a preview button to the dialog. All right. And then that's fixed, but I get a new bug. Dialog not loading correctly. Connections are deleted. I fixed 2 and added 1, or fixed 2 and found a new one. So I'm making progress, 2 steps forward, 1 back. Oh, hey, Game Dev Unknown. Do I have a new stream schedule, or is it just when you feel like it? It is just when I feel like it. I was streaming every Saturday, and I kind of fell out of the habit because, you know, as I mentioned, maybe before some of you joined, that I have kind of a what'd you call it, Patrick? Meta thoughts about streaming, because on the one hand, streaming is it is a form of marketing, maybe not a great form of marketing, but it is a form of marketing. And I'm also doing coding, which is good, but it's not the most optimal coding because I can't fully focus on the problems. And there are some problems that are difficult to televise, right? Because they're boring. It would just be me like, for an hour, and that's not going to work for anybody either. So it is good because it combines progress on the game with a little bit of marketing. But on the other hand, it's not the best programming. It's not the best marketing. I don't know. I think I'm going to keep doing it, but I don't have a dedicated fixed schedule. I tried. I had a schedule for like a week, and it was just too much pressure. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So I deleted the schedule almost immediately. You guys seem to like it. I do enjoy doing it when I'm doing it. I'm going to keep doing it for now. I haven't made any decision to stop, but there's no schedule. It is what it is. Anyway, so right now, though, as I said, it's going to be a short one today because I have pizza to make and I'm starving. And my family's been coming in here saying, Dad, the pizza dough's ready. The pizza dough's ready. So I'm going to go make a pizza. And I will see you guys later. Thanks for dropping by, everybody. If you don't know the game, please go and check it out. Tell all your friends. And yeah, I'll see you when I see you. And Thanks for the new follows, everybody. Thanks for joining me. And I'll catch y'all later.